Joining us here at Post 9 today, Lerer managing partner Ben Lerer is back. Ben, it's good to have you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
What do you make of these nice openings that fade?
Well, these are excellent companies. I think it's been a while since we've had some excitement in the sort of tech IPO market, and this is a good thing.
Right. Is there a reason for the fade, or does it point to what some are calling a soft open for the IPO window?
Look, I think that these are, when a company goes public, it's the beginning of an entire long new chapter. These are excellent companies. I really wouldn't worry too much about the first few days of trading. These are the first IPOs in a while, so let's let it settle.
Has it changed founder sentiment?
I don't think it's changed founder sentiment right now, aside from a very small group of companies that probably planned to go out in 21, maybe didn't quite get out, have been sort of sitting on the sidelines, and this is good news. But you have to be a excellent company. There were companies coming out in the 2021 cycle that were good companies that thought of the public markets as a place maybe to raise money that they couldn't get in the private markets. That is not going to be the case right now. You're only going to see great companies come out.
So if you're not an excellent company, what do you do? Is M&A back on the table?
I think, broadly, if you look at interest rates, we feel like maybe we're at the peak-ish. They're going to be sticky for a while, but I think people are sort of getting comfortable thinking it's going to be a, soft landing, blah, blah, blah. Right now, if things don't get worse, they're going to get a little bit better. But it's going to take some time because things have been so locked down in the private markets. There's been very little liquidity. There's not going to be less liquidity. And so you got to have patience. And if you are a good company, you got to do the hard work and become a great company if you want to be public. That should be the way it always is.
So when we talk about less liquidity in the private markets, where is that money going? There's such an AI bonanza right now, at least in the public markets. Is it the same in the private markets, or is the fact that when you talk about AI, you're talking about heavy amounts of spending and a more centralized, leg up for the big cap tech names, that the money's going to go somewhere else?
You're seeing AI is definitely the entire story in the private markets right now.
Okay.
It is, you saw the Anthropic deal today.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bunch of money going to what are, I think, considered to be sort of like the leading large language models. Obviously, a bunch of the value has already inured to the benefit of sort of like the big 7 public stocks. But there is venture money going out into every sort of level of the AI ecosystem. I think there's probably too much money and a little bit of overexuberance, some very high prices for some very immature assets. And like with any hype cycle, you're going to see probably some death and destruction over the next few years from money that has been poured into the market this year. But AI is here to stay. Every company in some way, shape, or form is going to become an AI company, not unlike the way that every company became a mobile company.
When you think about use cases, when do you think the street, at least, starts to really get hard examples of monetizable use cases that they can start taking to the bank? Is that a first half 24 later?
I don't think so. Maybe a few of the big, the Microsofts or the Googles start to show some monetization around some of the products that they're rolling out that are sort of, these generative AI enabled products. But this is going to take a really long time. I think that we have to be patient with the applications of AI being something that build really big businesses.
Is it just the technology that makes
outside of hardware? Obviously, I think, on the hardware side, you do see, like with NVIDIA and obviously
picks and shovels.
Yes.
Yeah, that gets bought.
Absolutely.